Jai Hind friends, how are you all? You are all welcome in your YouTube channel Exam Warriors. I am Aditya and you are watching Exam Warriors. So friends, I am Aditya. I have cleared NDA written exam 3 times and appeared for SSB 2 times, and in the next month I have my third SSB. As friends, you have seen the thumbnail. Today we are going to discuss on SSB interviews taken by various SSB boards. SSB stands for Service Selection Board. So friends, SSB interview has two phases. Phase 1 is basic screening test and phase 2 include physiological test, GTO and interview. The basic screening test was started in 1998 to filter the candidates on the very first day. Which candidates do not get screened are moved back to their home on the same day. Basic screening test is further divided into two phases. First phase is reasoning test, which include verbal and non-verbal reasoning test, which has 50 sets of question of each paper, and we get 20 to 25 minutes for each paper. All these question papers are made by DIPR. DIPR stands for Defense Institute of Psychological Research. This is an independent body which is working under DRDO. All the technical assistance needed by the selection process are provided by DIPR. After scoring the marks in reasoning test, we get an OIR. OIR means Officer's Intelligence Rating. It is generated by computer, which depends on two important factors. First is mental age. It is calculated by how much percent we score in the reasoning test. Second one is our actual age. It is calculated by our date of birth. And secondly, the formula to calculate the OIR is mental age divided by our actual age in 2000. By this formula, we can calculate OIR of any candidates. Then after calculating the OIR, they give us rating from the 5. 1 rating means outstanding, means we score nearly 90% and above. Second rating means excellent, means we score between 85 to 90%. And third rating means very good, means we score 80 to 85%. There are also two more ratings, 4 and 5, but they are not generally screened unless they do very well in their PPDT. OIR plays a very important role in the screening test, as a candidate having first rating in OIR have 99.9% chances to get screening. So friends, do practice of verbal and non-verbal reasoning questions. I will also suggest you a book at the end of the video, so please practice. Here only the candidates do silly mistakes, because of which 70% of the candidates are screened out. One of them mistake is as they do not prepare for verbal and non-verbal tests. They only rely on their story writing and discussion. That is why even after having good narration and good command of English, the candidates are screened out. So now we will discuss about second phase of basic screening test, that is PPDT, picture perception and discussion test. It involves 3 different parts. First, story writing, second, narration, and third, discussion. Firstly, you will be seeing a picture, blurry and hazy picture for 30 seconds. The reason for blurry and hazy picture we will discuss later. The picture shown to us in the various SSB boards are of the mainly 3 types. First type, observation scene. Second, perception scene. Third, imagination scene. As the mixture of all these 3 types is seen in TAT, which stands for Thematic Appreciation Test. First scene, that is observation scene, are those in which the picture itself conveys the maximum message to us, and when we have to interpret, means writing a imaginary story, so for that picture only gives us maximum message to us. Second scene, that is perception scene, are those in which half message is conveyed by the picture and half we have to interpret, means it is a mixture of both. Third scene is imagination scene, are those in which picture conveys the minimum message to us and maximum we have to involve. I want to tell my viewers that best example that you can see in the SSB is the last slide of thematic apprehension test. That is blank slide, means it is a test of imagination. Right? Now we will talk about perception scene in detail. Picture depends mainly on two things. First is background, second is action, or you can say situation of the picture, that is scene. The second biggest mistake in writing the story is that we do not relate the background with the situation. So keep in mind that in PPDT we should write a story related to the background and the situation given in the picture. After reading the story, the assessor thinks that it is a pre-convinced story of which do not match with the background and the situation given. That's why we face problems in narration and group discussion if we do things like this. You have to always keep your story near the picture. You will get advantage in convincing your group members at the time of group discussion. Although these stories are not read by anyone in the selection board, as which we narrate on the basis of that narration only, they consider our story. They do not have enough time to read stories of the every candidate. Now, the important factor which will work is narration. Narration should be good. There is no fumble in the narration. Do not hesitate. Do not repeat things. Make your voice a bit louder because you do not speak for you. Whenever you narrate the story, you narrate for your group members, and if any of the group members do not understand your story, then this narration is not considered as the good narration. Your story should be loud and clear and in the compressed form. We do not have enough time to explain full story in the narration. We have to only summarize things in the narration. When we prepare at home, then do practice to complete your story in the time 45 seconds to 1 minute only. In narration, start with how many characters you see, their gender male or female, their mood, positive, negative or neutral, their approximate age, and after that what is action. The things we fill in the box of the PPT by telling name of the character in the compressed way and clear voice. At the time of narration, if you want to add some new points that come in your mind, that you are free to add them. You can change up to 25% to 30% of your story. After the narration, the important thing is our participation in group discussion. The major problem which is faced by most of the candidates is we want to put our points first. We should put our points but logically. Secondly, we don't see any acceptance level, as if any of the group members have spoken good points, then we should appreciate them. To accept good ideas of other members and appreciate them is a good quality of a good member. You should always remember the quote that besides being a good speaker, you need to be a good listener. You should put 3-4 points at least. Put your points effectively, logically, and correlate with the picture and make habit to listen others. There are only things which are to be kept on mind. So, the common mistakes made by us are: first, we have to strong our reasoning abilities. Second, the story should be related to background and the situation given. Third, narrations should be loud, clear, and in the compressed way. Fourth, in discussion, do not become an interpreter. Fifth, show your acceptance level in group discussion. And if we get more points, if we play the role of a group builder to get screening. Okay friends, goodbye. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe. Jai Hind.